What's up, guys? It's Alex from Increase ROAS. You probably found us on Facebook, Instagram. I'm glad you're here. Nice to meet you. This is going to talk about how to scale your tree service business in 2025. This is for tree service business owners who want to grow their business next year. This is not going to be some BS motivational video telling you to work harder, blah, blah, blah. This is exactly what we do with our clients or partners on day one. Even if you don't partner with us, this will probably be one of the best videos for your business. Step one, what you need to do if you're going to scale your business in 2025 is you need to figure out a goal, a sales number, right? You have to have a number. Yes, you can just say, I want to scale my business as big as possible, as fast as possible, but then there's no concrete number, and it makes it more difficult to understand if you're actually hitting your goals to get to that final goal. All right. Now, let's say a company is at $400,000 per year or around $30,000 per month on average in 2024. And in 2025, they want to double their business. They want to get to 800K in 2025 or 60K per month. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we would do to figure out how to get you to $800,000 per year or $60,000 per month if you were at 400K. This is showing you step by step how to double your business. My first question would be, do you have the infrastructure to handle $60,000 per month worth of work? Do you have the equipment and do you have the laborers? If you don't, that's okay, but it's something that we should be conscious of and proactively account for, right? So if you're going to be scaling fast, do you have subcontractors that you can contact when things get too busy? Do you have hiring applications prior to needing them? So what is your hiring process? If we need to get more laborers, do you have that all figured out? Or do we need to think about that beforehand so if things do get too busy, we know exactly what to do and we can have laborers, we can have climbers, and that's not going to be a problem. That's not going to be a bottleneck that will stop us from getting to that 800K per year mark. Step two, I'm going to ask, what did you use or what were your lead generation sources that got you to 400K per year? Most of the time, you're going to be using Google, Facebook, flyers, word of mouth. These are different lead generation sources. Step three, I'm going to say, did you track your numbers for each source, right? Are all of these leads in a CRM? And do you know the cost per lead, the cost per job, and average job price? Has that all been tracked? Now, most of the time, it's not tracked, but occasionally I do have some clients and partners that have this stuff tracked, which is beautiful. It's much easier to figure out how to get to that goal of theirs. Why is tracking the numbers important? You probably heard this. If you've never heard these numbers before, you're like, oh, you lost me there. Why is this important? Well, the easiest way is to think about it like a vending machine. Now, this is just one lead generation source. Let's pretend it's Google Ads. And every $400 you put into Google Ads, you get one job. That means your cost per book job with Google Ads is $400. So let's say you spend $50 a day on Google Ads. Over 8 days, you spent $400 and you got one job for $4,000. Each vending machine is a source to generate work. You are not going to double your business just by word of mouth. You need to run paid advertising. In the above photo, you put in $400 and it dispensed a $4,000 job. You are essentially buying jobs for $400. This is going to bite into the profit margin, but you are still going to make more cash at the end of the day. Also, after you spend money on advertising, your word of mouth will increase inevitably. Why is tracking the numbers important? Because each lead generation source, depending on where you're at, is going to have a different cost per book job. So Facebook, you might only need to put in $200 to get a $3,800 job. Flyers, you might only need to put $200 in to get a $1,500 job. But if you don't have those numbers tracked, you're not going to know what lead generation source to go into first. By tracking your numbers, you'll see which lead generation source is going to be the most profitable. This is called cost per book job. So let's say you're using Facebook and your cost per book job is $200. You want to go from $400,000 a year to $800,000 a year. Your average job from Facebook is 3,800 bucks. This means you need 105 more jobs or 9 jobs per month to get to that $800,000 mark, because 105 times 3,800 is 400,000. This is why knowing the numbers is super important. And now you know if you're not getting consistently around 8 to 9 jobs per month, you're not going to hit that mark. And you know if you're not getting the 9 jobs per month, you may need to spend more. You may need to try different lead generation sources. And by tracking everything, it's going to help you make those decisions. So this means you need to buy 9 jobs per month at $200, which is $1,800 per month. And this is going to result in $34,000 in additional sales per month. This is why tracking your numbers is everything. There's 2 types of decisions in business. Emotional. Emotional decision sounds like, I feel like Facebook is getting our company jobs. Let's spend more money. Logic is, Facebook is generating jobs for $200 each at $3,800 average job price. Let's spend $1,800 to generate 9 jobs. Then we will hit our goal of $800,000 per year. Step 4, how do you track your numbers? How do you do this? Let's say you don't partner with us. How do you do it? Well, you need to have a CRM. There's Jobber, there's High Level, there's tons of different CRMs. And this is where you're going to store all of your contacts. This is where you're going to track the lead source. This is where you track how much the customer spent with your business. In our CRM, we have automations that will follow up with leads as well, sends out monthly newsletters to get the leads to spend more money so we can get closer to your goal. Okay? Now, how do you get better numbers? Or how do you get a lower cost per job? How do you get a lower cost per job with these? I say testing, testing, testing. Okay? So let's say you're sending out flyers, you test one type of flyer, and you're getting jobs for $200. Let's say you test more flyers and another flyer is working better. Let's say that other flyer you're using is $150 cost per book job. That is how you get better numbers. You have to constantly test. Let's say you're using Google Ads and you're using a landing page. And your landing page, you test a different landing page and it increases the conversion rate by 100%. So it goes from 10% to 20%. That means this cost per book job is going to be cut in half. So by testing all of these different things and testing all the variables, your cost per book job is going to decrease. What are other ways that you could lower your cost per job? It's by increasing your closing percentage. Okay, so let's say you have 10 leads, let's just say from Google, at $50 cost per lead. That means you spent $500 on leads. You went and you did 10 estimates. You made 2 sales. That means your cost per book job is 250 bucks, because $500 divided by 2 is 250. Or the same Google, you spend $500, you get 10 estimates completed, and you make 4 sales. So now your cost per book job is $125, because 4 divided by 500. How do you increase your closing percentage? Are you sending them testimonial reviews before you show up to the estimate? Are you wearing a uniform? Are you asking for the sale multiple times? Not like a used car salesman. Are you following up automatically with text messages? Sending them more reviews? Do you send them more reviews after you go and do the estimate? Are you offering financing options? Are you sending them a pre-estimate video? Right? Before you go and do the estimate, are you sending them a video that explains your business, your story, shows them pictures, videos of your team members, talks about your insurance, talks about how many reviews you have, shows before and after photos? These pre-estimate videos are going to skyrocket your closing percentage. By skyrocketing your closing percentage, you're going to get a lower cost per book job. Also, by testing out different flyers, different videos and pictures on Facebook, different landing pages on Google. Okay. Now, for our clients and our partners, we've thought about all of the variables to generate the highest ROAS, right? We're called increased ROAS, return on advertising spend. So on our first call, we go over everything I'm explaining to you today. We find out the goals, then explain the numbers. Once you see how it's possible to get to your goal, you start to take it very seriously. Okay. Then we build out landing pages that has all of your Google reviews, testimonial videos. We send this to all of your leads before you show up to the estimate. This page also has a video that talks about your company, your insurance, how long you've been in business, how you come up with a price that's affordable, before and after pictures, and then pictures of your team. This video is another method to building trust with the leads, which will increase your closing percentage. We also have scripts, frameworks to have the highest closing percentage possible. We have follow-up automation scripts that we know have the highest probability of getting a lead to say yes. So what this means right here, we have follow-up automation. So let's say you go and do an estimate and then you text them the next day or a couple days after to get them to respond, but sometimes the people never answer you. Well, since we have so many partners, we've already tested a ton of different text messages and found out what has the highest response rate, which means we're going to close more deals if they respond more. Okay. We have financing partners. The more ways that somebody can pay for the tree service, the higher your closing percentage is going to be. We also have retargeting ads. So these ads will be shown to people who contacted you for an estimate. So let's say they opted in, they gave you a call. They're going to go onto Facebook, Instagram, whatever platform they have, and they're going to see testimonials from your clients even before you show up to do the estimate. And other companies don't do this, so this makes your company seem like a market leader. This is also going to decrease your cost per job, which allows you to spend more on advertising. And I'm not saying this to explain what we do, I'm just explaining this so you know how we think about the process and you can think of it the same way for your business. Okay, so now you're doing all of this, you're tracking everything, right? You're tracking all this, but the math is not mathing. You're like, if I do this, I'm not going to be able to scale my company because it's not profitable. Okay? You did this yourself. You spent money on flyers, Facebook ads, Google. Your cost per book job is too expensive. It's not that the advertising does not work. It's that you have not tested enough to find what works. This is where you want to split test. Okay? So let's say you're getting jobs, but they're too small. On your advertising, are you advertising smaller jobs? Are there pictures and videos of smaller jobs? Is the area you're in consistent of smaller jobs? Are you offering upsells while you're at the lead's property? You want to test different pictures, videos, test different areas. So if you want larger jobs, you want to advertise larger jobs in your pictures, your videos. Okay? Are you not getting calls or leads? Let's say you're not even getting any calls, you're not getting any leads. You need to test different pictures, different videos, different offers. Maybe not just a free estimate, but a free stump grinding to get more people to respond. Is the ad simple and easy to understand? Okay, so it's always testing, testing, testing to get that cost per book job as low as possible to make it easier for you to scale to that goal. And there's so many variables to test, and you want to think about every single step of the process. This is what we do every day. It's the same for any service business. I hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in working with us, just book a time below on our calendar. Thanks.